If you enjoy the Low Scale Gaming podcast, please leave us a like, review, and subscribe. Any feedback is welcomed, and I hope you enjoy the show. Hello, and welcome back to the Low Scale Gaming podcast. I'm your host, Fantasy, and as always, I'm joined by Conan Jones and Inferior Mage. Conan, how are you doing today?
I'm okay. It's a decent day today, so I'm okay. I don't really have a whole lot to complain about. How is you?
I've been better. It's about as much as I can say is that I've been better. You know, things kind of aren't good right now, but you know, it is what it is. I just push or go through with it. You know.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't really complain one way or another, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay.
Mage, how are you doing?
You know, I'm doing really well, actually.
Just featuring your new headset, that sounds really good.
Featuring my new headset that I'm really pleased with so far. It's my... I just got it today because I turned in the old one. But, yeah. I'm pleased with it so far.
Sounds a lot better than last week's.
Yeah.
Last week's it was... I don't know what you had going on last week, but...
Well, so... The laptop that I have, it's not like old. It's like 4 years old or something, and it has an auxiliary port for both my headset and my microphone. Mm-hmm. And for whatever reason, the port for the mic wasn't working. So I got it to work for like a little bit, and then it just stopped, and I could not figure out why. So actually, like when I came in about halfway through the podcast, I just was using my phone.
Yeah, it was a rough. You had a rough week. It's okay.
Yeah, I was very frustrated because I was like, I just bought this.
Yeah. So you just like take it back to the store and return it?
Yeah, I just returned it, and I bought the warranty and everything because I always buy a warranty for headsets. Mm-hmm. And basically, like, just for electronics that are fragile, like headsets, I know break pretty easily, or there's always some kind of technical issue. So I always buy it for the headsets or for headphones. And I'll usually get it for like a TV because plasma screen TVs, they just like
burn out.
They burn out, or like you bump it wrong, or something. So I usually just get it for really fragile electronics.
That's fair. Most of the time here recently, I don't splurge for the protection. I was like, as long as you have the receipt, you can just return it like normal with little issue.
It depends on how long you've had it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I got the headset from Best Buy, and their return policy is if you don't return it back in 2 weeks, and you're stuck with it.
It's yours forever.
It's yours forever. Now, I know some return policies, like, for those Raycon earbuds that YouTubers always try to pitch out.
Mm-hmm. Conan's also pitching out.
Oh, really? Did you get a Raycon?
I was looking at picking some up, but I can't really justify spending $120 for headphones.
That's fair.
Like, so.
What are you doing for your birthday?
I know my parents are coming up tomorrow. I think we're going down to Chewy's, go get some lunch or dinner or something. Mm-hmm. And then I took some time off next week. We've got one of my wife's coworkers has a wedding on Friday we got to go to, and then I just kind of took some time off. So I'm just gonna sit my fat butt at home and not move for a little bit.
Yeah, I understand.
So.
What I was gonna say though was that, like, I watched a review on the Raycons on YouTube that the guy wasn't sponsored by Raycons. He was just like, all these YouTubers are shelling this out, so let's actually look how good these actually are. and it's like, honestly, they're kind of meh. Like the sound, he said the sound quality wasn't that great, but they did have a 45-day return policy, which was fantastic. Which is like one of the longest return policies he's ever seen, without buying an extended warranty.
Yeah. Yeah, I kind of looked at them and it's just like, I couldn't justify it to myself to spend that much money on something that I probably wouldn't use all the way. Like,
Do you guys have like a favorite low cost headphones that you
The
like?
headphones I use from for like my gaming and stuff is pretty nice. I actually don't know. Hang on, let me check.
I say,
I actually don't know the brand or anything for them, but they're they're really good. I've used them for a long time now, and they've worked pretty well. They're studio quality headphones. Got them for like for $50, I think. So they're on the pricier
Okay.
end, but
I've
I
just,
don't know. I think pricier is like $80 to $200.
oh well, my mic was like 150, so
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get what you pay for.
yeah. But my mic works really well though, so
That's what I'm saying. You get what you pay for.
I think I
Bought
come
something
in pretty
nice?
clear
Yeah.
whenever I'm talking and stuff, and it
I
works
think
really
so. I
well
think you
whenever
sound
I'm
good.
streaming and everything. So like, yeah, I made sure to put a lot of money into my mic just to, yeah. Anyways,
I think like my favorite budget headphones are not really. It's not like a headset or anything, but just like little earbuds. I love those like $20 skull candy ones.
I had a pair of
I think
Skull
they-
Candy like over the ear headphones when I was in high school.
I did too.
They were my favorite headphones. Like,
They worked really, really well.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Like for $20 little earbuds, those had the best sound quality.
Yeah, those are pretty good. I remember riding those on the bus going to like football games and stuff. Like I had my CD player in there that was anti-skip. Like, man, throwback days.
right? And we were tough
'Cause
stuff.
kids my age couldn't afford it, or kids I couldn't get an iPad or iPod back in the day. The little big old fat boy one, whatever, with the wheel and everything. Never had one of those. Always wanted one. Never could have one. But I did. I managed to get this like MP3 player that was like I think I could hold. I forgot how many. I forgot how many things I had on there, but I could get like maybe 10 Metallica songs on there, and that was it.
Yeah, I
Because
remember,
Metallica songs are like 7 minutes long average. So
I remember I had an old school MP3 player that you just like took the end of it off like a USB drive, and you just click and dragged stuff over to it.
yeah, that's how mine was too.
It's like, man, back in the day,
Kids these days don't understand.
they don't know how good they
No.
got it.
Nope.
No man, but
My
I
little
love
brother
skull
sitting there in
candy.
his living room right now on his iPad, mad that it won't charge all the way quick, and I'm just like, boy, you just don't understand,
Just appreciate what you have.
right? Like, it's hard, but I don't know. Things have been going okay for me. This week's been kind of bleh, but it's whatever. I get through it. Let's go ahead and jump into our fails of the week. Cody Jones, what is your fail of the week?
So my biggest fail is honestly just having to work this weekend. Like, I have a case that the family could only meet on the weekend, and they live like an hour south of my house. So I had to go down there this morning, and the amount of information that I had gotten about the family was very minimal, so I really wasn't totally sure how many people I was going to be interviewing today. So I was just kind of
9,000.
I was preparing for worst case scenario, but it was like 2 kids and like 3 or 4 adults, so it wasn't really horrible. But
It's not bad.
nah, I was in and out. I say I got there about noon, and I was out of there about 3 o'clock or so. So
All right.
it's not horrible. Just
Did you ask the kids if
annoying.
they felt safe?
I did, and they did.
Well, at least they said that they did.
Yeah.
That's a throwback to an earlier joke.
Conan failed his his test.
I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, I know, right? As my self-esteem was kind of building back up, so y'all gotta
I'll
get down.
down.
bring it back up and
Always there for you, Conan Jones.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Took a woodcutter's axe to you real quick. Chop you down.
I expect nothing less.
Don't you have the best friends ever?
With friends like y'all.
You
Who
know,
needs
you're right.
enemies?
But no,
What?
I've had a pretty decent. Or sorry, your fellow. Sorry, I got sidetracked again.
Nah,
Go ahead,
You're
continue.
good.
More.
that's pretty much it. I don't really have
Paige,
anything
what's your
else.
fail of the week?
I also have to work this weekend, and I've been working. It's my own fault. I mean, I got done with all my worker visits and was pretty prepared throughout the whole month. I just need to finish up documentation.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Oh,
always
that's
my, it's just finishing up documentation. It's just writing. And I just hate it so much.
It's the worst
It's my
part of
least
this whole
favorite
thing.
Yep, just typing, just writing. And I always feel like I need to make everything super wordy so that way it looks better. And it does. But it's like, I don't have to have 10 words to say a two-word thing.
They safe. I'm out.
He's safe.
Yeah.
It's just really annoying.
I've gotten to where I will do my interviews on like my paper and write them all down, and then instead of actually typing them in, I'll do speech to text on my phone and email myself the speech to text interview, and then just fix it up and make it like actually sound professional. And it's way faster
sounds
for me.
smart.
Yeah, it's way faster for me than having to type everything out 45 different times.
Oh, yeah. I
But
just hate documenting. It's the bane of my existence.
agreed. Ghost, what's yours?
Well, I can't get too much into it because it hasn't been public yet. But my school's back to their return to learn program is going to be voted on by the school board next week. And if you can tell by the sound of my voice, I am not too happy about it. And
That's such a catchy name. Return to learn.
whenever I brought up my concerns about it, basically I was laughed at. So,
Small town Oklahoma.
yeah. So it's really stupid, and I'm gonna call my lawyer on Monday to start getting my will made. I mean, I'm not laughing.
Yeah,
It's not a laugh. I'm actually serious.
it's sad that it has to come to that. Like,
And it's just it's what it is. That's my fail.
Yeah.
I saw
it's-
that Oklahoma City had passed a deal where they pushed the start date back to the beginning of, or the end of August,
Yep.
and then doing totally online until like fall break or something like that, I think.
Yeah, and that's a good model to do. I think that's what everybody should adopt. But
Yeah, I mean, even if a kid doesn't have internet, which Fantasy's going to have more because he's in small town Oklahoma,
yep.
I mean, you can what the public library's for, and you have friends and everything else. And I know that at least my little experience with Epic Charter schools, I mean, damn on them. I don't like them at all, but they do give you guys like a Wi-Fi box. So I think a public school can afford to give somebody a Wi-Fi box if they don't have internet.
Yeah. They're putting in like plan sort and stuff to do that, but I mean, it's regardless of what they are doing. Like, I still have to send. If I go back to school, I still have to send my brother back to school because I don't have anybody that could watch him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So whatever happens, whatever I decide to do, I have to do what he does. I have to send him to school too.
Yeah.
So it's.
Is your school, I know they haven't voted on it, are they even able to offer an online?
Yes, they are.
Okay.
I thought they did that during the spring.
Yes, they did.
Okay, see, I don't guess I just remember that part, but
It's.
I know a lot of parents are like super upset because like Aliqual, their band program, they had assured their parents that everyone was going to be social distancing, and when they were outside marching and everything else, they would have their masks on anytime they weren't playing. And they definitely weren't doing any of that. And so, like, some parents ripped them a new one on Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know how they expect me to be doing the things I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm not getting into it here. I'm not gonna get into it right now. I'm not gonna start causing problems or say stuff. And
yeah, I just don't know how people keep putting their heads in the sand when COVID-19 keeps getting worse and worse.
I don't know either.
But on a positive note, masks are now patriotic to wear. So
I saw that.
that's so stupid. Just changes tune so fast.
Yeah, Donald Trump starts to wear masks.
Maybe everybody else will.
Yeah. One can only hope.
Maybe things will get better. I don't know, but anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this Microsoft game showcase that came out early in the week. I want you both to know that I will admit from the top of this that yes, I am a Sony fanboy. I've always had a PlayStation. I've always gotten everything Sony, everything like that. I went into this giving it the most unbiased opinion I could give, and I was open to everything that they showed me. Okay? So these opinions are very much for me trying my absolute best to be from a very unbiased position.
Okay.
Okay?
That being said, how much did you hate it?
I mean, it goes back to the thing that I've been saying the entire time. The only game Xbox has is Halo.
You're not wrong.
And even then, the Halo game didn't even look that good.
Okay, so I've seen everybody freaking out about how bad the Halo looked, but the stuff they showed, I thought looked pretty good. I
mean, it looked like a Halo game.
Yeah,
I thought it looked good.
Okay, but it didn't graphically wise. They keep on promoting how big and bad this Xbox Series X or whatever is supposed to be, the most powerful and best thing in the market, and it looked like a last gen game. I don't know. It just it looked very identical to Halo 5.
I think it looked peak last gen. But yeah, I'll agree with you there.
But even then, if it looks peak last gen, this current gen, how big they were talking of, the teraflops, it looks like it should just be blowing it out of the water. But it does not look. For a second. What?
Let me speak for a second. Okay. I do agree with you. I think it looked like peak last gen. I think it looked good. But they did say that the map was as big as the last two games combined. I don't know how much I believe that.
No.
So,
I mean, that's cool. It's going to be an open world game. It seems like that's what everybody goes to now when they run out of ideas, is make a big open world game. It's
fair enough.
Whenever you run out, it just seems like it's a thing. That's what God of War did, and it worked for them.
It did work for them. God of War was amazing. So
I'm not saying that it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying that seems like what everybody does when they run out of ideas.
Yeah. So my thought is, how of an open world is it?
Yeah, that's and that being said, I don't know how much of what they said about it being bigger than the last two games combined is true. Because I know developers, or I know that spokespeople sometimes say stuff.
Right.
They're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is pretty accurate. I'm just gonna go say it.
Well, one more thing before we go into this part, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up about the graphics thing. We always come on here and talk about how good graphics look for a showcase like this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes out looking a lot worse than it did.
Mm-hmm.
So if this game is looking good in a pre-generated showcase like this, how's it actually going to look?
It's fair.
See, that's
I don't know.
my other deal is like there was part of it we'll kind of get to in a second, like with the Forza stuff. It said that it was generated in engine.
Yeah.
So then my thought with that is it said in engine, so is that what the game will look like? That's what the game is capable of looking like, or that's a normal setting, this is what you're gonna get?
Well,
Like,
I think what it is that when they say in engine, that it's like the very maximum of what they could push out of the console right now.
yeah.
Yeah. And like any new console, programmers there's gonna be a steep learning curve with how much they can push the console and their graphics and everything. That's how it's always been with every console game.
Yeah.
Like even the Xbox 360 or the PS3, like the start of those games look and are much smaller than the end of those games. Like the end of those consoles, they had way better graphics. The games were way bigger, and that's just because programmers get better at dealing with that console.
Right.
And that's how it is with the Xbox One and PS4 too. Like God of War looks way better than some of the very early PS4 games. So, but that Forza game, if it's in engine, I don't know if they mean by the engine that they made the game out of, but I think that's supposed to mean like what it's supposed to look on the Xbox or on the PC with the highest settings, kind of a deal. Which, if that's the case, it looked ridiculously good. Like that was crazy how much detail there was.
Yeah, but I mean that's a racing game though. Like they're supposed to look as good as possible because out of
That's all
normal
they
people
got.
like you and me and Mage or Conan, like we'll play a racing game for about 10 minutes.
And then,
And then
I'm
it's
done.
I'm not-
oh, is this all it is?
Right. I'm not a huge fan of racing games, unless there's like some kind of gimmick. Like I love Diddy Kong Racing on Nintendo 64.
Yeah, like Mario
It was
Kart.
cartoony.
I even like
Mario
those Need
Kart.
for Speed games back in the day. Like those were fun. Or Midnight Club.
Yeah.
Those were
I think
fun.
Forza suffers the same kind of disease that like NBA or the NFL game or Madden suffers. Like it's the same game just reskinned to look a little bit better.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, at some point, there's only so much you can do with racing or basketball or sports in general, honestly. Like,
You know, they had this. Remember the PS1? And they had that like death car racing game that had like that clown car
Twisted
that you could
Metal.
play. Yeah, Twisted Metal. They need to make another like one of those.
Yeah. I think the last
Twisted
one they
Metal
made,
was
forgot when the last one they made.
well, I don't not necessarily a new Twisted Metal game, but like just a new like game that's like that.
See, that's
Or,
the
like,
thing
it's
too.
like-
Like the biggest thing is I want to see out of these gaming showcases is some innovation. Like maybe a couple like of like concrete games that have been around. Like of course they're going to show a Halo game or a Gears of War game, but like most of it is I just want them to see something new. Want them to like show something that's going to catch my eye. And it felt like during out this whole thing, it really nothing really caught my eye out of this.
yeah.
At all.
Yeah, like-
Nothing really
like
was just like,
Avowed,
oh man, I really
was
want to
like-
get an Xbox. There was nothing that jumped out of there. Even at the very end, whenever there was just like they showed the teaser for Fable, I was like, oh cool, Fable's coming back. Even though that was one of my favorite games growing up.
I'm actually excited for Fable.
It's apparently going to be an MMO, but we'll talk about that whenever we
okay.
get to it.
So I don't know about that, but Halo, I liked it. I liked State of Decay 3, that trailer. That being said, it is a trailer, but seeing that deer eat the wolf, I was just like, what?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, the
I'll tell you
biggest thing
what.
on this Microsoft on the Microsoft showcase
Mhm.
is that they said that if you have Game Pass, you have access to every single one of the games that they showcase.
Yep,
Which
that's
is
the other thing I
crazy.
was going to get into it is that
That's
All-
a crazy
all
good
of-
deal.
all of these games that they showed can be played on PC. Even Halo.
Yeah, but you get every single one of them for free with the Xbox Game Pass.
So there's
the Game Pass is
no
$15 a month.
There's no
crazy
reason
good.
for me to buy an Xbox.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
The thing
That's
is
the-
that
that's the thing-
Microsoft
that's the-
owns it.
I know that's the biggest thing for me is that there's no reason at all for me to buy an Xbox because I can play all these games on PC.
You know, is the Game Pass on the PC?
Yep.
I think it is. I think that's one of the things that has to be is that Game Pass games have to be on PC and Xbox. And I mean, and underneath every single one of their game title things at the end of their trailer, it showed Xbox Series X and Windows PC underneath it.
That's true. Yeah. So I don't know. I think their game it is a games showcase. So I think they're just like, yes, we have this new console, but we want your money either whether you get the new console or not. Or let you know that we want your money still.
Yeah.
And you can still get these games.
I think that I'm just like the only thing I would
like-
want an Xbox for is to play Halo. I've said that profusely that I love Halo. Halo was one of my games growing up besides Fable. But now that I could just play it on my PC, there's no reason for me to buy an Xbox. Me and Conan Jones could play another game together that's not League of Legends. Because I know he'll play Halo with me. We'll be awful at it, but I know he'll play Halo with me because he likes Halo as much as I do.
I love Halo.
Good. See, there we got another game to play. You got to get internet first, but
it's true. We can talk about it later.
that wasn't me flaming. Sorry, I'm
no.
Anyways,
that was funny.
I do like that Rare Studios is making a new game. I'm kind of curious about it. The Everwild game. It's an interesting art style.
Bring that one out.
It's an interesting art style.
The thing I hate about it is that everybody is just like, "Why aren't y'all making a Banjo 3 or Conker's Bad Fur Day?" I'm just like,
just let them do what they have.
Let them do what they
with.
want. Like,
yeah,
let them make a new game on their own. Like, a game company isn't meant to be just staying on the same thing forever. That's how it becomes really stale. That's why Halo 4 and 5 was like, it should have never been a thing in the first place because like Master Chief had a perfect ending.
Yeah, Halo 4 was the last Halo I played, and I loved the multiplayer on Halo 4, but the campaign was pretty lackluster.
Yeah, multiplayer was great. But
oh man, the multiplayer was so good on Halo 4, though. I will give it that. Like everything else was pretty lackluster. I won't say it was bad. There was some fun stuff in it, but it was pretty lackluster. It wasn't
Halo 3. Is pretty much what it boils down to. Is it?
That's fair. Halo 3 was just so good, and then you had Halo Reach.
Yeah, Halo Reach was so good. Reach was like the pinnacle of Halo games.
And it was 343's first time taking up Halo. But then they also didn't do a whole lot with Halo 5.
Yeah, Halo 5 was dumpster fire.
Yeah, and I never played it, but I haven't heard any good things about it. So maybe Halo Infinite, maybe they've learned their lessons and they figure something out. They made it bigger. I think it looks good.
Apparently, this is like the next Halo game that's coming out for like the next 10 years, and they're like changing how they're like releasing games.
Okay.
I don't know what they mean by that. If they're going to be doing like
it's going to be a Destiny model.
Style, yeah, it's to say if they're going to be doing like a Destiny style game where they release a expansion pack for the game every
just
year,
a whole bunch of DLC,
and just DLC. I don't know, but
Outer Worlds. Speaking of DLC, the Outer Worlds DLC. Outer Worlds was kind of fun.
I haven't played any of the Outer Worlds game. I will say that the Gunker, I think, whatever, was one of the DLCs for Outer World that they showcased. It looks pretty decent. It kind of looked like a more detailed Luigi's Mansion.
I like Outer Worlds because it gave me that. Yeah, I liked Outer Worlds because it gave me that Fallout 3 aesthetic, where it was just kind of a quirky, or Fallout New Vegas, where it was quirky, but also there was a lot to do and it was open world and everything.
Mm.
I mean, and Outer Worlds got a lot of really good reviews, and I thought it looked fun. I've actually been following Grounded, the like Fortnite / Honey I Shrunk the Kids is what you put on there.
Yeah, I was just kind of writing my initial
Yeah.
thoughts as I was watching it.
I actually have seen some gameplay of Grounded because I actually saw it before.
I
This,
literally thought it was just Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game.
Yeah.
I really thought that's what it was.
the gameplay looked really good. Like it's like I want to
Did
say
it,
it's a
though?
battle royale, but well, no, I'm talking about what I've seen before. The what they showcased wasn't any gameplay; it was just like a trailer. But I've seen the gameplay of it before, and like the people who are making it, I think, are a new studio, and they're really pumped about their first game.
Mhm.
So they've been like promoting it on like Reddit and stuff. So I've been watching some videos of it. It looks fun. It looked fun. Like I wouldn't say it's not a battle royale, but it's kind of like a shoot 'em up with Fortnite aesthetic where you can build stuff.
Right. I don't.
That's just
Maybe
the.
it's just because I'm so burnt on Fortnite that this game just looked really like.
But
did
like
not
you could like
look
get on a yeah, but you could like one of the things they showed on the gameplay that I saw of it, not on the showcase. But you could like ride on a bee and fly places,
good. Mhm.
which I kind of love that. Like it's kind of ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. Like it look like they have so many like little ridiculous things that I've seen on it. But I don't know. I'm interested on how its release will be and how people are going to take it.
Yeah. It just, like I said, it just doesn't feel like anything really like popped out. You know?
Yeah, I will say that trailer did not like. I don't think it did it justice from the gameplay that I saw. Because the gameplay stuff that I saw was like way better, got me more hyped for that than that trailer ever did.
Yeah.
I don't really know what Avowed is. Like I know it's Obsidian Entertainment. I watched it, but
Yeah,
it just kind of looks like
It
it
looked like
looks like
Skyrim.
yeah, it looked exactly like Skyrim. So I don't. It's not a new Elder Scrolls game.
No, I don't even know.
It was
I have no idea
Obsidian.
what even Obsidian Entertainment or whatever Obsidian Studios is. They make acclaimed RPGs that I've never even heard of, apparently.
No, they. What did they do?
I'm
'Cause
looking
I've
it up real
played some
fast.
Obsidian games.
Here, let me see. Here's the wiki.
No, they've done some stuff that I know a lot. Oh, they did Outer Worlds. Oh, they did the Fallout New Vegas.
Oh. Okay, that explains why.
Pillars of Eternity 2, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic.
Alpha Protocol, New Vegas. Oh, they did the Stick
Wait,
of
they
Truth.
worked on.
Yeah,
They
it
worked
looks like
on Storcha.
the Stick of Truth, Pillars of Eternity, Pillars of Eternity 2, Fallout New Vegas, The Outer Worlds. I knew they did a lot of good stuff because I've heard of them before, and I've played their games. Oh, they're doing Grounded too. I was wrong about the small studio thing. I apologize, listeners.
Yeah.
Maybe like I don't know. Whoever's developing Grounded is really excited about it because they would post a lot of stuff on Reddit.
I will say another game that like got me pretty like the one game that did like catch my eye and I really wanted to play just because I've been wanting to play this game since I was a kid was Psychonauts 2. Those games were like that game was amazing back in the day on PS2, and you know even now it looked like an acid trip watching this game
Right.
or watching this game trailer with Jack Black in the background just blaring vocals. I hate Jack Black in his movies, but man, if he cannot sing really well.
I love Jack Black. Like I've watched his like Jablinski games and stuff on YouTube. I think he's hilarious.
I just don't like his movies. I don't like Nacho Libre. I don't like Kung Fu Panda. I don't like. God, I hate Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny.
You didn't like Kung Fu Panda?
I love Kung Fu Panda. I think
School of
Destiny
Rock
was okay.
but not really. Like, I mean,
School of Rock was a good kids movie. It was cute. It was a good kids movie.
I don't know. I just didn't like. I just don't think his comedy's funny. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's not that I'm gonna flame y'all if you like them. I don't care one way or another. I'm just saying I don't like them personally.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I mean,
to each their own.
his vocals add a lot to the to that trailer though.
Yeah.
And especially with just Psychonauts being just a complete just trip, like which is supposed to be. It was fun
Psychonauts has always been a trip.
It was fun watching that. Then the Warhammer and the Crossfire with the chick singing X gonna give it to you underneath it for like 30 minutes felt like just.
Was that the song they were singing?
Yes, she was like X gonna give it to you. X gonna give it. Go back and listen to it. That's all she's saying is X is gonna give it to you.
Postmodern jukebox with DMX.
Yes, it was so yeah.
I don't guess I even caught that.
Yeah,
Watching the Psychonauts trailer again.
Yeah, Psychonauts. The Tetris PvP. I mean,
I've heard Tetris Effect is good, but I don't have any desire to play a Tetris game anymore. Like,
yeah, like my dad would have loved this game. He loved Tetris, like, but
it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, the Phantasy Star Online 2, I could not care less about that. It seemed like a lot of these games. It seems like a lot of these games were just like shelling from like their past selves. Halo, State of Decay, Forza, Ori 2's a remaster.
I don't know why they decided that they need the remaster Ori 2 because that game just came out.
Right. And Fantasy, it just seems like half of these games are just like, oh hey, these are sequels to games that you've played maybe 10 years ago.
If that. You bought earlier this year.
Yeah, that too. Or Ori, yeah. So it's just like there's no new ideas in there. And granted, whenever they did have a new idea, what was that game they had whenever Xbox X came out? The stupid like cyberpunkish game that was like you could you were like hipsters and stuff and like shooting things with like discs and everything. Crap, I couldn't remember. I can't even remember the game now.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive. That's what it was.
Yeah, I do like Sunset Overdrive.
That was a good idea they had. It was poorly executed, and that's why nobody played it. But it was a good idea. And it just seems like they're out of the idea well and are now just going back to milking
Milk the nostalgia
made
cow.
them money. Yeah, the nostalgia cow. And that nostalgia cow is getting pretty dry.
The sad thing is that people will buy it just because. So, speaking of the nostalgia cow, I saw a deal for Destroy All Humans yesterday.
Yeah.
And that was my game, man. I was all about that.
I saw that they're doing that remake of it. I never played that game, but I'm glad that you get to relive your childhood with it.
So we'll see if it was like $30 for a pre-order on Steam, and I was like, I don't remember what the time frame on it was, but I might be picking that one up because that was a fun game.
That's good. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I think I played like a demo of it, and I was just like, this game is weird.
Yeah.
But then I never bought it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like a bad kind of weird. It was just like, this is weird. I could see myself playing it and then never buying it.
Yeah, it definitely was weird, but
that's pretty much it. There was no price announcement or release date for the Xbox. So the more I think about it, the more I think both of these consoles coming out sometime this fall or sometime this holiday season are both going to be $500.
Something around there.
Like I think they both are now. Whereas I was thinking that the Xbox was going to be $400 and the PlayStation was going to be $500. I think they're both going to be $500.
I could see.
If that's the case, then the Xbox would actually be just the hardware is a little bit more powerful than the PS4, PS5s.
Exactly.
So it
But
might be.
PS5 has games to play.
No, you're not wrong. I'm not saying which one's better or not, but
Mhm.
I don't know if I don't know if that means that the Xbox or the PS5 would be the better deal.
Build the PC.
Honestly, like,
Build the PC. Buy a PlayStation whenever there's a game that catches your eye to come out. That's what I would advocate.
because it seems like I could imagine the Xbox coming in underpriced compared to the PS5, just because they're leaning so heavily onto the Game Pass stuff and it being all digital. So
Yeah.
it seems like if you're not having a PC, they want you to have the hardware to play these games, so you'll pay the subscription because that's going to be their bread and butter since people don't really buy physical games anymore. Like, I know
That's
still
true.
people still do, but like, because doesn't
I mean,
PlayStation have
I'll tell
something?
you,
No,
no,
PlayStation
they have the
doesn't have
PlayStation
anything.
Network, but it's not. It's not
They have
anything like the Game Pass.
PlayStation now, but it's not really. It's not as good as the Game Pass thing that
Yeah, and it's really a
Xbox does.
shame
I'll
because
admit that.
no, I mean, I agree with you. I think Sony and PlayStation they've had way better exclusives, especially with the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
Like the games on the PS4 are much better than the games that were exclusively on the Xbox. So it's really a big old shame that the Xbox has this like ridiculously good deal at the Game Pass and
It's
doesn't
they don't
really have the
games to play.
games. Yeah, because the Game Pass is incredible. Like it's an incredible deal.
It's
Yeah,
like
there's
what
some
else,
games,
y'all?
but
If you take out Halo and Gears of War and Forza Motorsports, what games does Xbox really have that catches your eye?
yeah, that's not also on the PS
Exactly.
four. So I agree with you.
And I
I
mean,
agree with you.
it's
They
not
need to
me
do
trying to.
something.
And I hate. I know that I come off being like I know that I admit to be this Sony fanboy, but I'm trying to look at this more as a middle of the line kind of thing, and it just it
No,
just makes no
I'll
sense
agree
for
with
me
you.
to get an Xbox.
I'll agree with you. Like, I don't know about the hardware. I think both of the PS4 and the Xbox One, their hardware is pretty similar. But I'll agree with you. I think Sony and the PS4 blew Xbox out of the water with this console. This PS with the PS4. So
And I
unless
think they're going to blow
Microsoft
them out
does
of the water
something,
again.
well, you never know. Unless they get some like new franchise that's just really good, that's an Xbox exclusive, which could happen. I mean, franchise starts somewhere.
That's true. I mean, it's very true.
They bought all those studios a while back, and we're kind of just starting to see the fruits of all of that. So, I mean, there's no telling if there's stuff that's in the pipeline that they're just not ready to announce yet or anything like that. So,
Yeah, but
Go
this
ahead.
is like ninth inning for them. It feels like because they haven't been anywhere close to PlayStation since the end of Xbox 360 more than 10 years ago. That was the last time they were close. That's the last time they were like fully beating PlayStation. Like, and now it just seems like even back in the Xbox 360 PS3 days, like PlayStation was still relatively close to Xbox. Yeah, Xbox 360 had the better games and had the better higher player base and stuff, but PlayStation was still kind of there. Whereas compared to the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, the gap is just like massive. Where I think it's almost to the point where I think it's PlayStation 4 is sold compared to Xbox One X 10-1, I think.
dang.
So
PS4 whooped the Xbox One.
Like it's go time for them, and if this is like what they wanted to start with, to jumpstart their next consoles generation, it did not even get close to the mark.
Yeah, you're like, hey, I want a little bit better or a little bit more.
Like, yeah, they got Halo, but they blew their load on Halo, and then everything else was downhill from there. and Halo wasn't even that good.
I'm kind of interested about Fable. Them restarting that.
Yeah, but that's not going to be a launch title, though.
No, it's not. I don't. Is Halo the only launch title?
It felt like the major launch title. Yeah, it feels like. I think, and probably Psychonauts as well.
I mean, everyone also loves these weed games, so who knows?
That's true.
The Weed games?
Weeb games.
Yeah, the weed games.
Like Fantasy Star Online.
Oh, Weeb with a B. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry.
WEEB.
I thought it was like marijuana games. I was like, what are you talking about?
No. I mean, that game by Rare looked alright as well. So,
But
I don't know. I wasn't super into the art style, but I thought it was interesting. If that makes sense.
yeah.
It was nice to see something different.
like a
I
lot of
don't
the
know
ones,
what the game's going to be though. So who knows? The game might be crap.
yeah, a lot of the ones y'all are talking
I would like to see
about
a Rare
though
studio.
are also like not console exclusive. They were just like, oh, we're just showing this off for the console. Like they're not
Yeah.
explicitly for Xbox.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Is that
Yeah.
what is specifically for the Xbox?
Exactly.
That's not.
And I don't think anything
also
was
awesome with the
specifically.
PlayStation.
And I'm pretty sure nothing they showed was specifically for the Xbox in the
Yeah, 'cause-
showcase, I think. Because everything on there was from their Game Pass studios. And all the Game Pass games are on PC as well.
To be fair, though, Microsoft dominates the PC market.
That's fine. Okay, they can have that market. Sony doesn't have a operating system to put out, and they don't have a PC to put out. But when it comes to the console games, the games that everybody wants to play, it seems like everybody wants to play their games on PlayStation.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that because Microsoft dominates the PC market, that might be why they are expanding and making
I
their
wouldn't say they-
exclusive.
And they
Xbox
dominate the
game or
hardware
something.
because they dominate selling Windows. It's not necessarily they're putting out their own PCs and stuff.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. Like the hardware and the games on PC.
Yeah.
That's.
I mean, I
pretty
give it
much
to.
all
I
that.
mean, I'm not against Microsoft. I have Windows on my computer. You gotta have Windows to do anything. They have
Right.
such a monopoly on it. It's not like I'm against Xbox or anything. I just don't think they make good console games. Or
Yeah, I mean,
good
it's like-
consoles or good games.
Who's
Besides Halo.
like who else do you have other than Windows? You have Linux.
You could go
have
run
Mac.
Linux.
You
Yeah.
gotta
go
run
run
Linux.
Mac?
You got Mac.
Yeah.
I mean, like, unless you're a programmer, Linux is useless, especially for gaming. You can't run games on Linux.
And Mac's its own thing. Like, God bless.
Mac's not a gaming thing either.
Mac's
It's all
is-
Windows as far as gaming goes.
Exactly.
And Microsoft makes a lot of money off that because they're like, yes, we've optimized it for the normal person, and people like it. A
Yeah.
lot of people use Windows.
It's true. It's true. But, I mean, what more can you do? It is what it is. I think to give their whole showcase, I'd probably give it a 5 out of 10. And 75% of that is just because Halo.
Yeah, I mean, the Halo looked fun at the very least.
I mean, it
I don't
looked
see
like
how you could
people-
make Halo not fun.
I mean, have you played Did you ever play Halo ODST?
It did play
Oh.
Halo ODST. I don't think it was as bad as people made it out to be. I hated the recoil on the ODST, but other than that, I thought the story was good. It was
Well-
short.
Okay.
What was
Sure.
the Halo kind of the real time RTS
Halo Wars.
Wars? Yeah. Okay.
It was a good RTS. Like if you're in RTS, it was a good RTS.
I never
They
played
made,
it.
they made Halo
I
Wars 2,
don't have
and
an opinion about it one way or another.
Yeah. I don't think
That's
I
fair.
played ODST.
I think apparently the enemies that was in Halo Wars 2, what are they? The Recovered, the Revived, or something like that. That's the enemies in Halo Infinite. So, I don't know.
okay, I think you messed because I'm watching some of the trailers. I watched that Warhammer trailer,
Uh-huh.
and there wasn't any woman saying X gonna give it to you.
No, the Crossfire game.
It was Crossfire X.
That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said.
thought you were talking about Warhammer for whatever
No, I
reason.
didn't say anything. No, I said the Crossfire game is where X is going to give it to you. Is what I was talking about.
Yeah, and I just watched that trailer again because I didn't remember that seeing that.
Yeah,
And I was like, oh yeah, it's on this one. I don't know, that one wasn't too bad.
it was weird. Anyways,
I mean, it doesn't look new. I agree.
we'll see how it turns out. We'll go from there. All right. What have y'all been playing this week?
I was streaming League a little bit, like
I watched that.
Streaming?
I watched that for a little bit, and
yeah.
all right. Here's how Conan goes in games. Okay, he's okay. He dies. He gets tilted.
Fair enough.
That's
Like,
true.
And I was watching. I was just like, man.
yeah,
How many people did you get on your stream?
And then I saw him get like tower dove as soon as he walked back in the lane, and he got mad, and I was like, okay, I can understand that pain.
yeah. Like the two games that I streamed were not good. Like everybody on our team was fighting with each other, and it was just not a good time. And I did not do well. But then, like, I played 2 the other night, a couple nights ago, and just like carried the entire team. So I'm just like, I don't know if I'm just trying too hard when I was streaming or whatever was going on, but
Yeah.
like I played a Lucian game, and I haven't played Lucian since like Earth, and it actually did really well. But that's pretty much it. Like I re-downloaded my coloring game on my phone.
the color by number.
Yeah, pretty much. Like they have this new deal where it's a blend. So instead of having like the thick black lines for the coloring book page, it's just a random number floating that then just fills in a shape without having the outline. So it is a little harder, I guess, but I don't know, it's kind of mixes it up.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know, it's weird.
It's all good.
But that's
Mage,
about it.
Mage, what have you been playing?
I haven't really played a whole lot this week, actually.
It's all right.
I played a mobile game. You know how I feel about how you guys feel about mobile games.
Right.
So it's not really a game.
I actually started playing something a little new. I started playing Divinity Original Sin 2. It's a Diablo kind of game, but it's also really D&D focused as well, where you like your attacks are turn-based attacking and everything. And it's actually a really fun game. Mage, I think you'd enjoy it. Conan, I think you might enjoy it too. It might be something.
I've heard of Divinity Original Sin.
It's something that I think that we can play together and we can stream it together and play.
Yeah.
And I think
Is it co-op?
yeah, you can play up to 4 people in the game.
Oh, that's sweet.
So I think it would be really fun for us to play if y'all look into it. And it's on sale right now for only $20.
Yeah, I saw you post that in the Discord, like whenever you posted the other deal. Because I guess I don't get notifications from Discord for some reason. It just is like whenever I load it up, there's just the little red dot next to the.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually
Well, if y'all
see
look
it.
at it, I mean, I think it's something that we could all play together and that we can stream, and I think it'd be something fun for us to do.
Yeah.
But
Interesting idea.
I've also been streaming a lot more on twitch.tv/fantasy63. I almost have 20 followers now.
Look
Okay.
at you.
Right.
I'm getting pretty happy about it. Yesterday I was streamed for about 3 hours, and I averaged about 5 viewers for that entire time. I was pretty happy with it. You know, like I said, I don't ever expect it to get anywhere big, but it was fun watching.
Someone likes you.
Yeah, it was fun playing and watching it and doing what we was doing. I need to make it where it's mature only because we get pretty raunchy on there. So if you do watch it and if you expect the same sort of
Family friendly.
family friendly laid backness that we do here, it is not. It is very not for kids, not safe for work content where we get
adult.
into. He
He lays down the acidities.
Yes. Well, we hold back on the podcast for just the sake of having a broader market, but on when I stream, it's very going to be just me being
You being
me.
you, yeah.
Yeah,
That's definitely how mine is too. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like, and as long as people know that going into it, I think I can market it a little bit better. But overall, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's just something that I do for fun, and people want to come watch. You come watch. I don't have a set time to stream yet. I just do it whenever I do it, and I'll send that Twitter notification out for it. So follow me on Twitter if you want to get the notifications. You can also follow me on Twitch and ring that notification bell to get a notification on your phone whenever I go. It's Fantasy 63.
which I figured that out too.
Good job.
Because you got mine, but I didn't get yours, and I guess I hadn't signed into Twitch on my phone in so long that it just signed me out, and it's just like, I don't know who you are. Who are you? What account are you associated with?
That was funny. My little brother was watching my stream last night, and he was talking like all sorts of trash, and I was getting really annoyed with him. He's like, "Oh, you're bad at the game, ho ho." So then I put him on timeout for 10 minutes, and he came to my door, and he was like, "Hey, why did you do that?"
I just love that your brother would fucking trash you on the internet.
I know, like he's already a little trolled.
He's just like you.
I know he is.
That's funny. Fly, get out of my face.
But
That's so
yeah,
funny.
it's pretty fun. But other than that, I've been playing World of Warcraft. What I have been streaming is mainly World of Warcraft stuff. I stream our alt raids and heroic raids, but I've also been streaming our getting our Mythic 15 keys done. Mythic keys are really hard to do, and the thing we're trying to go for is the Mythic Challenger for season 4, and that's getting every dungeon. All was it 9 of them? No, it's all 12 of the dungeons done at 15 plus in time. So it's pretty hard to do, but I think I only have 4 or 5 more to do, so I'm a little bit over halfway done. So I'm pretty happy with it. I think we'll get it done.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll get it done this week, but it'll be coming up pretty soon.
All right.
But other than that, I've been playing Divinity, been playing WoW, been having a good time.
Yeah, good times playing video
Where's
games.
Divinity on sale at?
On Steam.
Oh, okay.
Let me just double check to see if it is real quick. I think it is. I'm not for sure. I thought when I bought it, it was on sale for $20, but
That sounds right, because I think I looked it up whenever you posted that, or whenever I saw it.
yeah. But yeah, it was pretty fun. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our wins of the week. Conan Jones, what is your win of the week?
I couldn't really think of one, so I guess just birthday dinner tomorrow. I talked with my dad on the way home, and he wasn't aware of if they were having any other plans and going to do stuff tomorrow, so I think we're just going to eat. But I guess that's going to be nice because Chewy's is really, really good. And I get to have
What is Chewy's again? I've been there once.
Mexican food.
Oh, that's right.
There's one down in Norman. It's
Oh, my sisters go there.
yeah, it's where my groom's cake came from. That Tres Leches cake.
Is that the one that had the penis on it?
No, that was the actual wedding cake.
Okay.
The Tres Leches was my groom cake.
You had
I
a
don't
wiener
know.
on your actual wedding cake?
No, so I'll explain after this.
You have to show. Okay,
I'll have to send him a
post it on
picture.
yeah, okay. You have to post it on Twitter too, because I brought it up.
Yeah.
So his last name starts with an A, okay, and the A looked very penis shaped.
It was very
to me.
scripty, and the cake topper was an A, and yeah,
Not good.
so it wasn't a legitimate phallic object. It just appeared like it.
And when I pointed it out, Conan got mad at me.
And I was like, God dang it, I'm never going to unsee it now. And I was like, do not tell my wife.
Yep.
Because it was the
And
same day.
Yep.
Tell-
And
Tell his wife.
it's $22.50, not $20, but still.
Oh, no, he didn't. I think I told her
No, I
after
didn't.
the wedding, because I was just like, do not say anything beforehand.
Yep, she get mad.
I'm not gonna post this picture
I ain't gonna-
on Facebook.
I like trolling. I like trolling Mrs. Jones, but
Not on
I'm
wedding
not gonna.
day.
Not on the wedding. I know better than that. Lose my head.
Did you guys play Mrs. Jones on your reception?
No,
Play what?
the song
That
Mrs.
Casting
Jones.
Crow's song, I think.
That sounds right. But no, we didn't. She wasn't really Mrs. Jones yet, like, because had we started this?
No, we didn't start this yet.
Because we just had our 3 year. Yeah, no, we would have started afterwards. So I was kind of out of college phase and using Conan Jones, and then we kind of picked it back up when we started this. So yeah, she wasn't really. Now she's embraced it.
I think it would be funny. It was like an inside joke almost.
Yeah.
Mage, what's your win of the week?
I got a new headset. I'm happy
Nice.
about it. And it works.
Nice.
You guys can hear me, and everything's nice and
that
clear.
sounds a lot better than talking through your phone like you had been for a
Yeah.
year and a half.
Yeah.
Moving on up.
Move it on up. Take small steps
Yeah.
towards my future.
Well, my win of the week is actually one I'm really happy about. That's why I wanted to save it for last. I've told y'all about my guild, the Exiled, for a while now. I've had a pretty good time in there. We've had lots of good times. I know I've complained about sometimes too with like people stopping playing after we got AOTC and stuff, but you know that kind of happens. But I was made an officer of our guild this week, just
Yeah.
kind of out of random, and it's pretty nice. Like,
So what does that actually entail? What does that mean?
it's basically that if one of the guild masters isn't on, they come to like if a person like say if a person wants to join the guild or whatever, have questions about like what we do and stuff, they'll come and they can direct them to me or direct them to the other person, and then I'll talk to them, tell them like, oh yeah, we do this, blah blah blah, every week, sort of thing, sort of thing like that. And I'm talking like that. I basically have to be like a face, I guess, of it now, where I can't troll as much as I used to and stuff like that. I mean, I don't really troll that much anymore. But
Yeah.
Awful.
So you're just kind of the assistant to the regional manager kind of deal.
pretty much, yeah. I'm Dwight, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
And I lead the. I also lead the alt raid on Thursdays, so it's fun. I have a good time doing it,
That's what matters.
and it's fun. Hang on.
Okay. So Mage, how is life?
All right.
Good.
So,
Oh.
sorry. My brother knocked on my door.
It's okay. I was just
All
gonna
right.
vamp, but
It's all good. Well, thank you guys very much for listening. You can follow us on Twitter, SoundCloud, YouTube, iTunes, and Spotify at lowscalegaming. If you have a question or a subject you want us to talk about on our next podcast, go ahead and leave us a tweet or email us at lowscalegaming@gmail.com. But thank you guys again. And remember, have a great day and a better tomorrow.
Hey.
With no edits.